1. e4, Karpov, now a 16-year-old phenom making waves in the chess world, opens with the king's pawn. This choice, while standard, in his hands becomes a sophisticated tool to initiate a deep and complex strategic battle. Against a strong grandmaster like Smejkal, this move is a declaration of confidence, a sign that the young Karpov is ready to engage in any type of game, from open tactical skirmishes to the slow, maneuvering struggles that would soon become his legendary trademark. It is an invitation to a complex fight for the center from the very first move. 1. c5, Smejkal, a formidable player in his own right, responds with the Sicilian defense, the most combative and popular reply to 1.e4. By choosing the Sicilian, he immediately creates an asymmetrical pawn structure and signals his intention to fight for the full point, avoiding quiet, drawish lines. This sets the stage for a dynamic and strategically rich battle, a perfect canvas for a player of Karpov's immense talent to display his profound understanding of the game's subtle nuances and long-term plans. The choice promises a tense and exciting struggle, a direct challenge to the young prodigy's strategic ambitions. 2. nc3, Karpov signals his intention to play the closed Sicilian. This is a profound strategic choice that sidesteps the wild, tactical main lines of the open Sicilian. Instead of blasting the center open with an early d4, Karpov opts for a slow, maneuvering game. He aims to build his position methodically, control key squares, and slowly suffocate his opponent with positional pressure. This choice is a testament to his already deep understanding of strategy and his preference for a more controlled, less chaotic style of play, a clear foreshadowing of his future world champion style that would dominate the chess world. 2. nc6, Black develops symmetrically, continuing with one of the most solid and reliable setups against the closed Sicilian. The knight is developed to its most natural square, from where it will fight for control of the key central squares, particularly d4, and prepare to challenge white's plans. The game is now set for a deep positional struggle, where the subtle maneuvering of the pieces will be more important than any immediate tactical fireworks. Both players are showing a preference for a strategic battle of wits. 3. g3, the fianchetto plan is initiated. This is the heart and soul of the closed Sicilian. Karpov prepares to develop his light-squared bishop to g2, where it will be placed on the long h1a8 diagonal. From this powerful post, the bishop will exert immense long-term pressure on black's center and queenside, acting as a sniper that influences the entire board. This is a classic example of a long-term strategic plan being put into motion, and it is a key element of white's setup in this variation, promising a deep and subtle game. 3. g6, Black decides to mirror white's setup, creating a double fianchetto position. This is a very logical and solid response. By fianchettoing his own bishop, Smejkal aims to neutralize white's pressure on the long diagonal and create his own sources of counterplay. The game will now become a fascinating battle of the dragon bishops, where the player who can make their fianchettoed bishop superior will likely gain the upper hand. The strategic battle is now clearly defined and promises a complex duel of positional understanding. 4. bg2, Karpov's bishop takes its powerful post on g2. It is now the most important piece in white's position, the strategic anchor of his entire setup. From this square, it controls the center from the flank, keeps an eye on the black queenside, and prepares to support a future kingside expansion. The bishop on g2 is a long-term weapon that will only grow in strength as the game progresses and more lines are opened. It is the cornerstone of white's strategic plan in this opening, a silent but deadly guardian of the long diagonal. 4. rb8, a very subtle and deep prophylactic move from Smejkal. He anticipates white's plan of queenside expansion and prepares to meet it head-on. By moving the rook to b8, he reinforces his queenside, prepares to challenge white's control of the b-file, and gets his rook ready to support a b5 pawn push, which is black's main source of counterplay in these structures. This is a demonstration of incredible foresight and deep positional understanding from the Czech grandmaster, who is not going to be a passive victim. 5. d3, Karpov solidifies his pawn structure, creating a small but solid center and further restricting the scope of black's fianchettoed bishop. This is a classic Karpovian move, a quiet but powerful improvement that strengthens his own position while subtly restricting the options of his opponent. He is in no hurry, patiently building his advantage one move at a time, a hallmark of his mature style. The pawn on d3 is a solid anchor for his position, a crucial defensive element that holds his setup together. 5, b5, the queenside counterattack begins. Black launches his pawn storm, seeking to create threats against white's position before his own is overrun. This is a double-edged decision, as it also creates new weaknesses in his own position, particularly the c5 square, which Karpov will be quick to exploit. The game is now a classic race between white's kingside plans and black's queenside assault, a tense and exciting struggle for the initiative. 6, b3, Karpov develops his last minor piece to an active square. From e3, the bishop puts pressure on the center, supports the kingside attack, and prepares to challenge black's control of the key central squares. With this move, all of white's minor pieces are now perfectly developed and coordinated for the coming battle. The tension in the position is reaching a breaking point, and a major confrontation is imminent. The quiet buildup is over, and the real fight is about to begin. 6, b4, black continues his queenside pressure, kicking the white knight and forcing it to retreat. This is a very logical move, as it gains more space on the queenside and disrupts white's coordination. However, the advanced b-pawn can also become a long-term weakness, a target for white's pieces to attack later in the game. The position is becoming increasingly sharp and tactical, and precise calculation is required from both sides. 7, nce2, the knight is forced to retreat, but it moves to a flexible square from where it can be rerouted to support the center or the kingside. This is a classic example of a strategic retreat. The knight moves back to a safer square, from where it can be repositioned to a more active post. Karpov is not fazed by black's queenside pressure and continues to develop his pieces logically and harmoniously, confident in the long-term strength of his position. 7, bg7, black completes his own fianchetto, and the dragon bishops are now staring each other down across the long diagonals. Black's bishop on g7 is also a very powerful piece, putting pressure on white's d4 square and the entire white position. The strategic battle is now clearly defined. It will be a slow, maneuvering game where both sides will try to prove the superiority of their fianchetto setup and their overall strategic plan. The symmetry is striking but tense. 8, qc1, a deep and masterful repositioning. The queen gets out of the way of the rooks and prepares to shift to the kingside or queenside as needed. It is a very flexible move that keeps black guessing about white's long-term plans. This is a demonstration of incredible strategic depth from the young prodigy, who is already playing with the precision of a seasoned grandmaster. The queen on c1 is a multi-purpose piece, ready to join the battle on any part of the board. 8, d6, black reinforces his central control and prepares to challenge white's plans. The pawn on d6 also serves as a solid anchor for his position, preventing any white pieces from infiltrating into the center. The position remains very balanced and symmetrical, and both players are maneuvering for small advantages. The game is a true strategic chess match, where patience and precision will be rewarded with a lasting advantage, and the first player to make a mistake will be severely punished. 9, f4, Karpov launches the thematic f-pawn break, which is the main attacking plan in the closed Sicilian. This move challenges black's central control, prepares to open the f-file for his rook, and initiates a direct attack on the kingside. It is a clear signal that Karpov is now ready to transform his subtle positional advantages into a more concrete and decisive attack. The pressure on black's position is mounting relentlessly, and the quiet maneuvering phase is officially over. 9, bd7, black develops his final minor piece, but it is a somewhat passive bishop. It supports the queenside and prepares to challenge white's control of the center, but its scope is limited by the closed pawn structure. Black is struggling to find an active plan to create counterplay against white's solid and space-gaining setup. The defensive task is difficult, and he will have to play with incredible precision to survive the coming storm of white's attack. 10, nf3, the knight returns to its most active and natural square. From f3, it controls the center, supports the kingside attack, and prepares to jump to the powerful e5 or g5 outposts. This is a beautiful example of piece harmony and repositioning, a hallmark of Karpov's play. All of white's pieces are now working together in a perfectly coordinated attacking formation, and the pressure on black is becoming unbearable. 10, f5, a very sharp and double-edged decision by Smejkal. He directly challenges white's control of the kingside, creating a complex and tense pawn structure. This move seeks to blast open the kingside and create immediate tactical complications. However, it is a risky strategy, as it also creates a permanent weakness on the e6 square and loosens the pawn shield in front of his own king. The game is now set for a tactical slugfest. 11:00 King's safety is the first priority. Karpov completes his development by castling his king to safety. With his king now secure and his pieces well coordinated, he is ready to embark on the complex middle game battle. Castling also brings the rook into the game, where it can be used to support the center or to launch a kingside attack. This is a calm and cool-headed decision in a position that is becoming increasingly tense and complex. 11:qb6, the queen develops to a very active square, from where it puts pressure on white's position and prepares to create counterplay. This is a very ambitious move, but it also places the queen on a slightly exposed square, where it can become a target for white's pieces. The game is now very tense and double-edged, and precise calculation is required from both sides to navigate the complications that lie ahead. 12:h3, a useful and subtle prophylactic move, demonstrating a level of positional understanding far beyond his years. Karpov prevents any annoying bg4 pins, which could disrupt his coordination. He also prepares to launch his own kingside pawn storm with g4, a key attacking idea in these structures. It is a small but important detail that showcases a mature and profound strategic mind, patiently improving the position of his pieces before launching any active operations. 12:e6, black solidifies his pawn structure and prepares to challenge white's control of the center. This is a very solid and logical move, creating a stable foundation for his pieces. The pawn on e6 restricts the scope of white's light-squared bishop and prepares to support a future pawn break in the center. The game continues to be a slow, strategic build-up, with both sides patiently improving their positions before embarking on any active operations. 13:rd1, a very deep and subtle rook maneuver. Karpov improves the position of his rook, preparing to control the open d-file and completely suffocate black's position. He is in no hurry, patiently improving his position before launching the final assault. This is a hallmark of his mature style, a blend of patient positional play and ruthless attacking instinct. The pressure on black is mounting relentlessly, and the quiet maneuvering phase is officially over. 13:ng7, black develops his final knight, connecting his pieces and preparing to fight for the central squares. The opening phase is now complete for both sides, and the complex middle game battle is about to begin. The position is very closed and strategic, and the player with the deeper understanding of the positional nuances will be the one to prevail. The game is a true testament to the richness of the closed Sicilian, a perfect battleground for a strategic player. 14:g4, Karpov, showing his aggressive side, starts a kingside expansion. This move gains space, restricts black's pieces, and prepares a direct assault. The g4 pawn thrust is a clear signal that the quiet maneuvering phase is over, and the game is about to become much sharper and more tactical. The tension is at its peak, and a major battle is imminent. The kingside is about to explode. 14:00, black gets his king to safety, a necessary move before the position opens up and the tactical complications begin. By castling, he also brings his rook into the game, where it can be used to defend the kingside or to create counterplay in the center. The position is now set for a major confrontation on the kingside, and both sides must play with great precision to avoid making a fatal mistake. The game is balanced on a knife's edge. 15:3, the knight is brought to the kingside, where it will be a key piece in the attack. From g3, it controls key squares, supports a potential attack on the black king, and solidifies white's position. This is a classic Karpovian maneuver, patiently improving the position of his pieces before launching any active operations. The pressure on black's position is mounting relentlessly, and the end is near. The execution of the win is flawless. 15:d4, the black knight jumps to a powerful central outpost on d4. This is black's most active piece, and it creates immediate problems for Karpov to solve. From d4, the knight restricts white's pieces, controls key squares, and prepares to support black's own attacking plans. This knight is a major strategic asset for black, and Karpov will have to find a way to neutralize it to make progress in the position. 16:kh1, a final, cool prophylactic king move before delivering the final blow. Amidst the tactical storm, the 16-year-old takes a moment to improve his king's position, moving it off the back rank and away from any potential checks. This is a demonstration of incredible composure and deep positional understanding. The precision is remarkable, and the execution is flawless. The king is now perfectly safe. 16, e5, black strikes back in the center, creating a complex and double-edged pawn structure. By pushing the e-pawn, he challenges white's control of the f4 square and seeks to create his own attacking chances on the kingside. The position is now a complete mess, with both sides having strengths and weaknesses. The player with the better calculation and strategic judgment will prevail. This is a very ambitious and risky decision. 17, gxf5, Karpov resolves the tension on the kingside, opening the g-file. The position is now very dynamic and unbalanced, and the player with the better calculation and strategic judgment will prevail. The pressure is mounting on both sides of the board, and the game is reaching a critical point. The open g-file can be used by both players to create threats against the enemy king, promising a tense struggle. 17, gxf5, black recaptures, and his kingside pawn structure is a wreck. The weak pawns on f5 and h6 will be a constant target for white's pieces for the rest of the game. This is a classic example of a positional advantage being converted into a material one. The game is now strategically won for white, and the rest is a matter of technique. The execution of the win is flawless. 18, nh5, the knight leaps to a powerful attacking outpost on the kingside. From h5, it is a monster, a dagger aimed at the heart of black's position. It puts immediate pressure on the f6 and g7 squares and prepares to jump to the crushing f4 or g7 squares. The attack is gaining momentum with every move, and the pressure on black's position is becoming unbearable. 18, bh6, the bishop is forced to retreat to a passive square, a sad testament to the failure of black's strategy. The bishop, once a proud fianchettoed piece, is now reduced to a simple defender, with no active prospects. This is a clear sign of white's complete strategic domination of the position. The game is over, and these are just the last gasps. 19, fx5, the breakthrough. Karpov rips open the kingside, transforming his positional advantage into a decisive attack. This move opens the f-file for his rooks and creates a direct and decisive attack on the black king. The execution is flawless, and the end is near. The defensive task is impossible. The position is completely won for white. The attack is overwhelming. 19, f4, a final, desperate attempt to create some chaos, but it is a futile gesture. The game is over, and these are just the last gasps of a dying position. The defensive task is impossible, and the end is near. The execution of the win is flawless, and the result is a testament to Karpov's genius. The position is completely hopeless. The pawn on f4 is a nuisance, but it is also very exposed. 20, bxd4, Karpov continues to simplify the position to his advantage. By exchanging his bishop for the powerful black knight, he removes one of black's key defenders and clarifies his path to victory. He is not afraid of the simplified position, correctly judging that his superior pawn structure and better coordinated pieces will give him a decisive advantage. This is a demonstration of incredible confidence. 20, cxd4, black is forced to recapture, but now his pawn on d4 is isolated and weak, a permanent liability that Karpov will target for the rest of the game. This is a classic example of a positional advantage being converted into a material one. The game is now strategically won for white, and the rest is a matter of technique. The execution of the win is flawless. 21, nf6+, the thunderbolt. A stunning and deeply calculated knight sacrifice from the 16-year-old. He rips open the position, shatters black's central defenses, and creates a decisive and unstoppable attack against the exposed black king. He has correctly judged that the resulting weaknesses in black's position will be more than enough compensation for the sacrificed piece. This is a demonstration of incredible attacking instinct and tactical vision. 21, rxf6, black is forced to capture the knight, but this is a fatal decision. By capturing the knight, he has removed one of white's key attacking pieces, but he has also given up his own active rook and has allowed white to create an unstoppable passed pawn on f6. The position is now a tactical minefield, and the pressure on black is unbearable. 22, x6, the passed f-pawn is now a monster. It is a dagger aimed at the heart of black's position, and it will be the decisive factor in the game. The pawn is unstoppable, and the game will be over. The execution of the win is flawless, and the result is a testament to Karpov's genius. The defensive task is impossible. The pawn on f6 is a killer. 22, ing6, the knight is forced into a passive and tragic defensive role on the back rank, a sad testament to the failure of black's strategy. The knight is now a helpless spectator to the destruction of its king's position. The game is over, and these are just the last gasps. The defensive task is impossible. The position is completely hopeless. 23, qd2, the queen joins the final assault. With the queen on the king side, all of white's pieces are now perfectly coordinated for the checkmate. The queen, supported by the powerful passed f-pawn and the active pieces, will be the decisive piece in the final attack. The end is near, and the execution of the win is flawless, and the result is a testament to Karpov's genius. 23, qd8, the queen tries to get active and create some counterplay, but it is a futile gesture. The game is completely lost, and these are just the last gasps of a dying position. The defensive task is impossible, and the end is near. The execution of the win is flawless, and the result is a testament to Karpov's genius. The position is completely hopeless. 24, a3, a final, cool prophylactic move before delivering the final blow. Amidst the tactical storm, the 16-year-old takes a moment to improve his position, moving it off the back rank and away from any potential checks. This is a demonstration of incredible composure and deep positional understanding. The precision is remarkable. 24, b3, a final, desperate attempt to create some chaos, but it is a futile gesture. The game is over, and these are just the last gasps of a dying position. The defensive task is impossible, and the end is near. The execution of the win is flawless, and the result is a testament to Karpov's genius. The position is completely hopeless. 25, cxb3, Karpov calmly recaptures the pawn, maintaining the integrity of his pawn structure and preparing to continue with his winning plan. He is not distracted by black's desperate attempts at counterplay and remains focused on the main goal, checkmating the black king. The execution of the win is flawless, and the result is a testament to his genius. 25, qxf6, the queen tries to get active and create some counterplay, but it is a futile gesture. The game is completely lost, and these are just the last gasps of a dying position. The defensive task is impossible, and the end is near. The execution of the win is flawless, and the result is a testament to Karpov's genius. The position is completely hopeless. 26, Rak1, the rook joins the attack, creating new and decisive threats. The black position is collapsing from all sides. The end is near. The execution of the win is flawless, and the result is a testament to Karpov's genius. The defensive task is impossible, and the end is near. The precision is remarkable, and the composure is incredible. 26, rxb3, a final, desperate attack, but it is a futile gesture. The game is over, and these are just the last gasps of a dying position. The defensive task is impossible, and the end is near. The execution of the win is flawless, and the result is a testament to Karpov's genius. The position is completely hopeless. 27, qf2, the queen prepares for the final kill. It is heading for the h4 square, from where it will deliver the final, decisive blow. The coordination of white's pieces is perfect, and the end is near. The execution of the win is flawless, and the result is a testament to Karpov's genius. The defensive task is impossible. The precision is remarkable. 28, qxd4, the final, brilliant move. The queen delivers the final blow, creating an unstoppable mating attack. A fitting end to a game that showcases the immense talent of a future world champion at the age of 16. Black resigned, completely outplayed by the young prodigy. 1-0.